Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. Today's the 1st of October, and what a crazy day. In a way, I'm creating this video to help you understand what's going on. And then number two, I'm also creating this video to help you prepare for what's in the future and kind of take a little victory lap. I'm getting a lot of messages from my followers who've done very well over the past couple of days. I mean, we indicated a move yesterday to the upside with my cycle patterns. And then today we've got a Harami line that if you follow my research in the morning, I indicated we'd likely end up staying within this range. We need to see the SPY move up to 570.50 roughly or higher, really 570.45 basically, or higher to go ahead and turn into the Harami line. We've got about an hour left to go in trading, and I expect it to continue to melt up. So we come in here, look at a 30-minute chart, and let's now remember I was off on the range. That's acceptable. I mean, really, it's acceptable to be off like this. I expected this move to be a little higher. We trailed into the move on Friday. I expected it to be a little higher and close up in here, which then moved our Harami line pattern down into here. You can see where we're at. We had the roll here, opening, closed higher, rolled down this morning, deep low, and now we're climbing back up. Probably going to end up somewhere in this 571.20, maybe 572 area, a good solid Harami pattern. And of course, hopefully, yep, I still have it, falls right in line with my Harami-Inside pattern. I mean, just perfect. I can't believe how beautiful these patterns have worked. And like I said, I'm getting comments from people. You're probably seeing them on TradingView, but long and short of it, I mean, who else, literally, who else can predict the market like I've done weeks in advance? And then we get to these bars and they play out perfectly. Tomorrow's crush pattern is going to be crazy. The reversal rally is going to be fairly solid. I think that's going to come near the end of Wednesday's trading. It'll set up a base and then roll upward. But again, I mean, remember, this Harami pattern was predicted years ago. Okay, using my proprietary technology. You're just, coming into the list right now. I've got these patterns going all the way out to 2035 and beyond. So I know what's going to happen 10, 15 years from now, basically 8, 9, 10 years from now. But the long and short of it is these aren't changing. They don't come in and change because some new piece of data happens. They're here, they're listed, they're exactly what they're supposed to be. And if I go look at what's going on in 2029, it'll be that way when we get to 2029. They don't change. So again, beautiful. I mean, I cannot tell you how the last 3, 4, 5 weeks have just been rock solid. And if you follow some of the comments, and I'd love to hear more of your comments, guys, especially all you who've been following my research. But I basically came in here and I started doing this, okay, with the go flat and buy now and buy here, sell here type of zone. So what we're doing is trying to highlight how you play the patterns. Buy at the open of the day, sell at the close of the day, just like was indicated here. Selling into this opening range here, go flat near the lows. So here you had a great sell to be able to pull and go flat. You don't care about this pullback. You don't know how far it's going to be. We just knew that the Harami pattern should be down today. That's exactly what we got. Big selling. You had all this opportunity to sell in the morning, just like I suggested, and buy down here near the lows to get out of it and get into a flat position. Then you're done. You're absolutely done. No need to chase it. No need to do anything else. Now, tomorrow, we have the crush pattern. And I suspect we're going to open up into this area, 573, 574, and then crush downward. And what you're going to do is the same type of setup here. You're going to sell in the morning right over here, and you're going to try to buy down near lows to get out. Now, when I say buy, you're really going to potentially net reverse if you want to carry positions or get into some options trades to ride this next rally phase and look to sell back out up over here. That puts us in the next buy zone over here on the 4th. And that's where we would look to try to buy into this area before we move into the 7th. And remember, the 7th is a gap up lower. So the gap up lower could be up in this range where I predicted, or could be down in this area. And if it were to be a bit lower like this, it still gives you that opportunity. What I'm suggesting is buy here, sell in the early morning on the gap up, get into a flat position. Don't even worry about this lower unless you want to. This is a moderate downward day. So I'll make this kind of a light purple, I guess. That's a moderate downward day. You don't have to really worry about trying to sell into this because, I mean, you could, but there may not be enough opportunity for you to buy, sell into this zone with moderate downward price trending. It would be better for you to potentially buy into this area here, looking for the next big rally upward. And again, that's what I want to highlight is the fact that, you know, these patterns are just uncanny, unbelievable. I'm sure you can come up with other terms, but where else have you seen a mapped out pattern that is, years in advance? I mean, like I said, I mapped these out years ago, and they're just rolling right through as we get closer and closer to the day. They're just showing up, and price does exactly what what it's supposed to do based on these patterns. And how uncanny is that? It's like I've unlocked the secret going all the way out into the market's future day by day. Now, like I said, news events, Israel attacking whoever, Iran attacking whoever, whatever, they disrupt the price activity a bit. But generally, price sticks to the structure unless there's some big event, which can, it's like throwing a rock into a pond. The pond does its normal thing until something big lands in it and disrupts it, like a big rock being tossed into a pond. Okay, let's take a look here real quickly at the Qs. They are not going to form a Harami. Well, they could. I mean, here's our downward pattern. Here's our roll. We would have to get up into where we closed here, where we opened here. We would have to climb all the way back up into this area. So we would have to get all the way up into this area, 485 and a half, 486 for the Qs to form a Harami line. Still possible, not saying impossible, but it would take a very strong squeeze to the upside here into the end of trading to form a Harami pattern. Now, tomorrow's crush, depending on where we close, I drew it way up here. But in reality, if we close here and we gap up, tomorrow's crush pattern could look a lot like this. If we don't close higher, it's going to be a fairly solid day. Might get a little blip and then solid downward and then basing. So understand that a crush pattern's normally pretty big. I would suspect it's going to try to retest some recent lows, maybe get below them. And then we have the recovery rally setting up here. That's going to put us up into this area. And then we have the sideways bar here, slightly higher, it looks like. So back into this area. And then we have the big rally phase here, taking off for our topping pattern. So there you go with the Qs. And again, assuming my range is incorrect based on this big selling today because of the Israeli conflict with Lebanon, I'm not going to really alter these. I just want to show you the patterns. Basically, it's the same structure. I'm just moving it down here where price is likely to be instead of up here where I expected it to be last Sunday or Saturday. So let's see how it plays out, guys. Okay. Gold is, and I will have to get the gold cycle pattern back. Let me come in here, here, and here. And the gold cycle pattern is very cool. Today is an inside breakaway for gold after yesterday's consolidation. Tomorrow's a Harami pattern. Then we get a temporary bottom. Then we get a top resistance. So coming into this scenario here, you can see how I highlighted this range from here all the way up to here. I highlighted this as the potential for gold. Okay, now granted, we were, into the trading, but I mean, it is what it is. It's an inside breakaway pattern, and that's exactly what happened. Now we will likely attempt to maybe close a little bit higher into here, but I wasn't chasing anything at this point. This is the sell area, waiting for the pullback tomorrow. So if you really wanted to, you'd be looking at puts into 48 hours or to say 96 hours out in the future, 2, 3, 4 day puts, and you'd be looking for this move in gold from here roughly down into this area, which is where we are going to try to buy back into gold, and giving you that opportunity again to come back into this phase. And you can see you've got the opportunity here to sell into this, go flat. Then you would be looking to wait this move out for the base bottom here, buy, and come back up here and get out into sell mode, and then buy, and then up into sell mode. So the way I would do this is we had our buy trigger here. That's already passed. We have our sell trigger here. And then we have our go flat trigger here. And again, the reason this is a go flat is because we don't really have that opportunity. We have that risk the next day. So this risk could come down into this area before we see the roll around. The better buy trigger is to wait for this. Come on. Wait for this mode here to go ahead and get in. And then we have another buy trigger here. And then we have a sell trigger here. And way up here, we have another sell trigger. So hypothetically, guys, what this is showing you is where the opportunity zones are. As an options trader, you want to try to catch this mode, which happened today. Beautiful. Love it. There's our profit. So I'll make that a light green. Then you want to try to catch this mode here up into here. And then you want to try to catch this mode here up into here. And then that gives you an opportunity to understand that's the long side. Where the sell side trigger, you would want to try to catch this side here down into this area here. That's your sell side trigger. And then eventually you have this sell side trigger here. Oops. You have this sell side trigger right here all the way down into here. So you can see that the opportunities are there. You just have to ride them and have a little patience and kind of have the guts to play it out. Now, where's the lows? I'm trying to give you ideas of where I think the lows will be or what the price pattern shape would be for the day. But you have to have the guts to take these triggers, or at least try them with some options. That's probably the easiest way. You can see gold is rolling here, setting up a nice little consolidation into the end of trading. And we're probably going to see it roll back down to 2663, 2660, maybe 2665. And that means you've got a 65, it's 80. You got about a $15, $18 downward trend. Then you want to try to buy in this 2665, 2667 area, catch the rally all the way up here to 2705, 2710, get out, and then possibly position very slightly for this move down into the end of the day. And then you want to try to buy this next morning. This is on Sunday. Sorry, that's Friday. That's Sunday. This is actually should be Monday. This is your buy on Monday. It marks it as Sunday, but this is really on Monday. And what that buy trigger is, folks, is that's this. This Monday, you get that gap potential running up into a top resistance. So here's your gap potential running into a top resistance, coming back down. Here's your next buy trigger right here. Okay, what did I? There we go. Accidentally drew a little line. And there you go. So there's your map for gold. This little move, you don't worry about. This is just go flat, wait to come in and buy this area. Okay, silver, struggling, but I'm going to tell you, silver will make a move, especially if gold makes a pretty good move. So you can see here, I kind of highlighted this move this morning, that silver would likely struggle to get back up into this 32 to 35 area. It will get there, folks. Silver will make that move. And it'll probably be right before the elections, is my expectation, is that silver, as you can see, try to spread this out. Silver will make a move right in this basing area and roll up into the 33, 34 area, then come back down here, base probably around 33, 32 and a half, and then rally right after the elections up into the 37 to maybe $42 area. And like I said, everything's playing out just like I predicted. I mean, it's uncanny. It's unbelievable. I'm even shocked myself. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, but it's just beautiful to see how this is all playing out. And of course, Bitcoin, let's not forget about my call that Bitcoin was going to roll 7, 8, 9 days ago. I warned you that it would top and it would roll downward off of these lines. You can see these orange and red lines, this purple line here, indicating you're going to come back down here to there. It's going to come back down to the 60,000 area. We're at 61,700 roughly, or 800 right now. And we've already had a low down here at 61,100. It's not that far off. $800 off of this low. Basically $1,800 off of this low right now. So we don't have too far to go for this to reach my support level, maybe a little lower, 58, 57.7 maybe. But remember, I predicted this move in Bitcoin 6, 7, 8 days ago, telling you it was going to roll over to the downside and try to find basing and bottoming right over here. All you had to do was wait for it to show up. I mean, it's really, I don't want to say it, but it's unbelievable that I am able to do this on such a fundamental basis for just about anything that I bring up. And I welcome your comments, suggestions. At this point, tell me what you think. I've been putting myself out there. I've been living or dying by the future price activity that sets up. And that's what I think all analysts should do. It shouldn't be about hype. It shouldn't be about clickbait. It shouldn't be about anything other than content. Valuable, usable content for traders. And I really think that's what sets me apart from everybody else, is that what I deliver is valuable, usable content. And if you don't like my analysis, that's fine. The way I tell people is fine. Discount my analysis. Go to somebody else. Figure it out on your own. But when you follow me long enough, I think you're going to realize that my charts look crazy. I've got all kinds of data. I see things differently. Like, for example, we're setting up a beautiful excess phase peak, first phase right now. So again, what would happen in this case is we would roll down. This is what I'm expecting. We've got the roll. We come down, we find support, and we set up some sort of a flagging base like this up into that area. That would be an absolutely ideal roll for this excess phase peak pattern. And that would mean that we're going to find a base down here in this area. Then we're going to roll back up into the 63, maybe 63 and a half area, try to find some sort of a resistance area, maybe even higher, but I'm going to guess at 63, 64. And then if we do get that excess phase peak and it confirms, then we're looking at a rollover down into this area, guys. So there you go. I've just highlighted what is likely to happen to Bitcoin into and through the election if the excess phase peak pattern sets up. But anyway, yeah, this was me telling you, and what I'm really looking for is this. So we're off a little bit right now. We need to see it move higher to get my Harami pattern. And lines everywhere. We need to see it get a little higher here to get into my Harami pattern. So what we're looking for, folks, is we're looking for this SPY here to rally into the end of the day up above 570.45, basically. That would be constituting a Harami. It's actually got to get above that area. So let's call it 570.50, 570.49, around that area. But it's got to get above this opening price level to end up being a Harami pattern today. And I will be flat out amazed with all this selling, with all this news, with all this volume. If we get a pushback upward and we do get the Harami pattern, just flat out amazing. The fact that my pattern system called this 3 years in advance, and here it is playing out perfectly on a big news day. All right, guys, that's it for now. Can't wait to see your comments. I mean, really, I'm doing this to try to help you. Am I helping you? Tell me what you think. Tell me, is this really paying off for you or not? I mean, if it's not, I might as well just stop doing it, right? Okay, guys, talk to you later.